Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm gonna tell you, just stay tuned. I'm gonna give you very explosive material today. Just be ready for what is coming. Let me adjust this camera. Yeah. Now I wanna tell you what Indians think about Africans. Okay. What do Indians think about Africans? Now we are human beings. We are created. Those who believe that we were created by God, everybody believes, I think so. Christians, Hindus, Muslims, everybody. Unless you are a nihilist, an atheist. Even Buddhists to some extent believe. All those who don't totally believe in a supreme being also believe that in one way or the other, we were created. I want to see whether my camera is recording. So we are human beings. When we talk of human race, I mean, you have two eyes, you have a nose, you have a mouth, you have a head. Just forget about our small differences, right? We eat, basically doing the same things in the same way. You need a blanket to sleep. I need a blanket. I wear clothes. You wear clothes. We eat. I eat. You eat. Everything basically similar. That's why we use the word human. I'm not going to go out of human to other creatures that are also living things. I'm talking about human beings. Now, let's now go back to today's topic. What do Indians think about Africans? Now, before I really give the details here, I'm going to give something like a disclaimer, or what do you call it, that this may not, I'm using the word this deliberately, may not include all people from India. Because there are people who are traveled, who are educated, rather I can use the word really civilized, who may not think this way, the way I'm going to explain about the misconceptions that are there about Africa. But a large segment, really large, when I'm saying large, it's a large segment of Indian populace think that Africans are in a way not really very, very like human. And they use words like if I remember that word, adipasi, which means subhuman. And one guy told me, looked at me one time and said, half human. Half human. So I was not going to argue with him, of course. I knew he's backward. So how can you base your judgment on other people or other human races or other races or people from other parts of the world in terms of their physique, their skin tone, and other things, their hair, how it looks like? They don't look like you, and you say, oh, I'm human. Like when they say Apsi, for example. I told you in the other video what actually every Indian call Africans Apsi. Yeah. Now, what do they really think? Is that you are below them and they are better than you. And all that is based on the skin tone. I remember a lecturer who was teaching me in chemistry in the college where I was. One time looked at my eyes when he was giving me coaching. He said, even your eyes, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. Even your eyes are black. The pupil is black. And these are lectures, they're all doctor, is a professor actually. So anyway, let me not go there. So the thing is that they think that we Africans, we're a bit low. That's an attitude that is there, and it's very difficult to erode it from them. And they say, oh, he's an African. So they see us as being below them. I don't know what they think about what we can do and perform, because I remember when I was doing my software engineering class, I was doing software. At that time I'd come from the class of Oracles. I'd done Oracles database. Then I went to do web design. When I was doing web design, one lady, Indian, joined me. So we are only two of us in a stream. And she was very slow in learning. So, you know, when a teacher is teaching, he wants the two of you to go together. But she was too slow. So I told the teacher, man, you have to go fast, because I had other classes like Java. I wanted to go to do Java after that. So the teacher will come and poke this lady and tell her, come on, why I'm hearing, well, I was sitting not far away. What will this person think about you, you know, you Indians? You're not following, you are very slow. Please try hard. He's going to think bad. I mean, sorry. So I went so fast. I mean, I was catching so fast. My brain was so fast, so good. I just come from a class of Oracles, and I had a good background in software engineering, software. From I done Microsoft and all that. So web designing was a cakewalk. So I went fast. I tell her, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go at the base this lady is going. And then the teacher went ahead with me. And I left her in that class. Just I'm telling you that our brains are super brains. She was an Indian, and I was an African. I wasn't. Okay, at the time, even now, I'm an African. So what is there a model or standard model and a yardstick how you judge people abilities based on the way they look like? Because that's fallacious. It's false. There's no way you can judge somebody the way it looks. So most of these people who say that Africans are okay, one thing that is very common there is about poverty. They say Africans are poor. They live on trees. They ask you, do you live on trees? Jungle. Very common word, jungle. And then that's how these words like chimpanzee come in. They think that Africans live in the jungle, in the bush. You won't tell them the flourishing cities like Nairobi, which is now ranked #1 in the world this year, 2024, in terms of visitation, to be #1 in the world. They wouldn't think like that. You go to India and tell any Indian, like you have a city like Nairobi. Actually, what I used to do, I used to go to YouTube, I open Nairobi city and show them, this is my city. Really? This is where? They ask you, where is this? I said, this is my city, this is Nairobi. Then why are you here? That's the next question they ask me. Let me take coffee. I tell them my being here doesn't ask nothing to do with what is there. That I'm showing you that this is Nairobi. And you can go there if you want to testify. You see that try to compare. I'm not trying to compare these countries. I'm just trying to give you the mindset of Indians, what they think. Now, that's why I said from the beginning, I'm not saying all Indians are like this, but a large segment of them are like that. They think that African is poor, subhuman, some people. Now, another thing which is totally a stereotype is when they say that we eat people, that you eat people. I just ask them, when did you see this? Or did they have seen National Geographic and all that? Even the house where I was staying, one girl, actually the landlord's daughter, told me that you eat people. I asked her, do I eat people myself? I'm staying here in your house. Do I eat people? He said, you don't eat, but you eat. You people, you eat people. You see, how do you correct this person that this is a misconception? Do people in this this age and era? I asked her, where can a person eat another person? The police is there. Police will not come and ask you, who is this person? How did you get this? You kidnap this person, you murder this person. What nonsense is this? I said, come on. After all, you are a backward caste. Because she happened to come from a very low caste in India. You know, in India, there's caste system, and we have the Brahmin, the highest caste, and low caste are there up to untouchables. So you find that the people who are low caste are not that much, I don't know whether they're informed anyway. So there are a lot of misconceptions there. And all this, like one time, one guy was just passing somewhere, and then a mob of people started to chase him. They say, who is that one? He has kidnapped a baby. He's kidnapped, he's going to eat our baby, you know. So these misconceptions are there. So what do we actually do? Like me, for example, I used to go through these things. I used to give my humanity to these people. I try to make friends, show my humanity, show my reasonable friendliness, and a smile, always a smile disarms a lot of coldness when you smile, you know. Because when somebody is seeing you coming, I'm talking about an Indian, saying, oh, that animal, actually they think you're an animal. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I lived through this. But once they see you smile, then they also smile. So they say, and then you are very friendly. They also become friendly. So I'm talking of people who are not that much exposed, but the Indians were really exposed, very exposed, and they understand everything. They have been to USA. Like I worked with one guy, one Indian person. He was a lama. He was running a bookshop, publishing house. He had been to USA, Africa. He told me his daughter is in Kenya she's doing PhD in something. He didn't have such prejudices. So it's only that you find that people have not traveled. He's where he was born. He has not moved anywhere, and there's all this, you know, what is being told about Africa and what Africans are, you know. So generally speaking, they think that, oh, Africa is a poor place. Then I used to ask them, for those who could speak English, like I know one time I took one guy, tried to challenge him. He told me, why you are people, you are poor. Then why are you there? I told you, if you go to Kenya, for example, my country, you find so many Indians there. What are they doing there? Me, I'm just one person walking, one against 1 million or 200 million here. There's no, look around. Do you see an African here? No. But go to Kenya or to any other African countries, find so many Indians are there. What are they doing there? That those who are there, they are doing business, and so they are doing business. Why are they doing business in a poor place? So I told them, look, Africa is very rich. There are a lot of minerals, hotels from gold, diamond, name it. They are there, and that's why they are there. Not only Indians, Chinese are there, Europeans are there, Americans are exploiting us, Africa, our minerals. I gave they will not take it. Then one time when I passed there, then I told him something about Africa. He said, everyone wants a piece of Africa. You know, I looked at him, I said, everyone wants a piece of this Adipasi. Adipasi, they call us Adipasi. I mean, I don't mean us. Maybe there are a tribe in India who are called Adipasi, half human. I don't know, because I had that thing from a friend. But she was not calling me, she was calling somebody else. So what's the reality? if I have to correct those people who think like this, is that Africa is a very, very, what can I say, very bright people here, very intelligent, very innovative. Now think something like M-Pesa. Which country is leading M-Pesa in the world? Is Kenya. Top in the chart. M-Pesa, invented here in Kenya, which is being now followed by how many countries are using M-Pesa. M-Pesa is the name actually Swahili word, which means money, mobile money. It was invented in Kenya here. Take, for example, something like this, a story about heart. The heart. No, a long time ago, when you had a heart problem, the heart, human heart, there was no treatment. No, there was a story I heard that actually the person who discovered how to operate an heart was an African, and he was a 12th class person. He had not gone to the university or studied medicine or anything. What he used to do, he used to be like a clerk somewhere, and he'll watch how doctors will operate. He used to serve the doctors. He'll just watch. Then, that's how he become a very good surgeon, that person, and he will operate the heart very nicely. Now, the other doctors will call him to come and operate. In South Africa, that's what it was discovered, right? And then they surrounded the CIA is doing. Then they copied from this person. And then one person called Christian Bernard claimed that he's the one who did that, the first one. But the person who really did that was an African. And just a genius, if I can say so. And not being like I'm being African or whatever. I'm telling the things I've gone through in India, and I've seen all these misconceptions about Africa. There's nothing like one race is better than another race. It depends on your ability and capability as a human being, your geniusness, your gifts, intellectual gifts, whatever. But nothing to do with your skin tone or you're coming from Africa. Nothing to do with that. Because this is just a misconception. And it's time people stop this and start to look things from a different perspective. Treat everybody equally, see everybody equally. I know that I can be better than you, or you can be better than me. It has nothing to do with... Now, actually, let me ask you this question. What's wrong with skin color? Somebody said, hey, you're a black man, so what's wrong with me? Yeah, so what's the problem? Of course I am, so what's the problem? And sometimes I used to challenge people that, oh, you looking down upon somebody. Can you create that person? Everything has been created by the nature that has put us. If I am a scientist, if I take you to what taus are, the electrons are, how we come to be, you'll be floating. We are made from these things. Now your skin tone has nothing. I have more melanin than you. I can survive radiation, intense radiation. You can't. If you go out there, you get ultraviolet burns, and some are so deep that it can cause cancer in a lighter skin that is not having heavy melanin. I have a heavy melanated person. That's why you're dark. Melanin is dark. In Europe, it's being harvested, melanin. One injection of melanin will cost as much as $60,000. People are injecting themselves the melanin to become black. So what's wrong in India? Why people think that black is something wrong? And even in India, the goddess, the most revered goddess, is black. It's a black. I used to see it. So, I don't know. I think maybe there's some angle of hypocrisy also. I love India. I love Indians. But I don't like this kind of thinking. These people are very humane, even taking care of a fly in India. But then I said, if you can take care of a dog, what about me? Why do you insult me, throw insult at me, look down upon me? Because I'm in your country. Ask them, have you ever been to Kenya? Have you ever been to Africa? So who feeds you with all these things about us? Just thinking, in this modern era of internet, CNN, what name it be, you still think backward like this? That there are people there. Then they opened for me some people from, I think, Sahara or Kara. I don't know, God. Sorry, I've laughed. Who are wearing skirts? It is just a movie. They're acting, my dear. This is not the reality. And this, by the way, these people make this type of videos. Please stop it. They are giving a very wrong image about us. Africa, for example. Somebody come from China and goes to a very local place. Very local indeed. Like I saw one from, I think, Ethiopia. Then they make movies. They say, okay, this is how Africa looks like. No. Why don't you go to Nairobi City Center and make a movie from there, a video, where people are class and first class? No mention. You can't compare. You just go and see. So, sorry for my dear brothers who think that this is what Africa is. Africa is not what you think. I'm just right in the room. I arrived. I'm not gone out to see the series. I'm here. It has really gone somewhere miles from where I left it, you know. I'm talking of my 30 years experience. So you guys stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be very explosive. Very explosive. Why I did not get an Indian queen. An Indian queen. As immigration in Bombay asked me, you didn't get an Indian queen? You don't have kids? Why I did not marry. Coming next after this one. So, in a nutshell, we are all humans. We are faced with the same common challenges, same problems, in the same planet Earth. This is our home. We live here. Save for all these differences that are there, that you are from here or we are all here. If a neutron star, what do you call it? Something struck the earth. A star. Is it a neutron star, I think? Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about our sun. If it was to go out of orbit and it became a black hole or a neutron star and it burned down and burst into supernovas and threw out the radiations, all of us will go. It's not going to say you are an African, you are an Indian. Only the cockroach can survive, maybe, because they say that a cockroach can survive a nuclear explosion. Intense radiation. We all have the same heart, so let's treat each other with respect, with love, with humanity, and stop these things which are just hypocrisies, saying nobody lives in forests. For your information, people live in very beautiful places here. And by the way, Africa is not as congested as India, where you cannot move without knocking to another person. Here you can, it's very sparsely populated, pure air you breathe, not heavily polluted with industries. So clean environment, nice place. And there's no that poverty. Africa is so rich in agriculture. Food is there, rampant food is there. Unless the politician or the rainfall fails, you know. I mean politicians who like, I don't want to go to politics. So stop the biasness, stereotypes, hypocrisies. Or if you are not informed, don't comment anything. Because this video I'm making, maybe the people who even be able to watch it are not these very people I want to educate. They only those who understand will watch it, and they already know this is what it is. But these people, I don't know how I can reach them and really remove that thickness from them, so that I can make them understand that the world is like this and not the way you think. Right? So, yeah, we are human. And there's nothing like this one race that is superior than another. I'm not being like, what do you call it? Like Bob Marley saying superior than another. We are equal. Faced with common challenges. When a tsunami comes, it does not select. When COVID comes, it doesn't select. So stop this in India. If there's anything I've forgotten about India, I want to touch it in the part 2 of this, depending on the response I see to this video. And I again repeat, this does not apply to all Indians. I have very nice, shout out to you, my brothers in India, good friends. They help me a lot when I'm selling stuff. They say, come on, come here, man. What do you have? I say, I have this, this. Oh, bring it. How much is it? This much. Get it, give me. Give me money. Take tea or something. Very nice guys. They are friends of mine. Shout out to you. If you are watching this video, I miss you already. I'm going to come back and say hello to you. These people are there. I'm not talking about these people. There are some people think like this. But also there are very nice people there, actually. Very nice. So it's not a blanket cover that I've thrown there saying India is like this, all India, no. And this is really common in the northern part of India. I didn't live in the southern, but somebody told me in the southern part of India, they are more welcoming. I went to Goa. I saw what was there once. Quite different. They don't see anything because they are traveled. They speak even my local language, Swahili. There in Goa, I could not speak Swahili. When I speak Swahili, somebody's answering me. So I've been to Kenya, I've been to Tanzania, what. They travel people. No, I'm not talking only Goa. I mean southern India. Like I went to Tamil Nadu also. There you can blend, because they're all like they're Africans. Basically, Dravidians, Indians. We have Aryans and Dravidians. Aryans are on northern side, totally light-skinned. Totally light-skinned. I don't mean South Indian, they are not light-skinned, but there you find like a mixture. And they are so exposed, totally exposed. And I used to feel like I'm in Africa when I was in Tamil Nadu. There you can actually live there nicely. Even there were people of African descent, but they were brought to build these things like Mughal empires and so on in India during those centuries. Some are like, I can remember the clans there, a bit, I don't remember the name. No, the name has just escaped me. There are quite a cluster of them here and there in India. So, yeah. So you'll face this in the north a lot. And maybe if you find somebody like that in the south, it's maybe somebody who has just moved from the northern side. But India is a very big place, it's a subcontinent. So yeah, it depends where you live. I was living in the north. Specifically in Delhi, I was living, so I faced some of these things. And said, why not talk about them? These are misconceptions, and the reality is what I've told you. So please stay tuned to what is coming next is quite explosive. I've given you the synopsis. Why I did not marry an Indian. They call them Indian queen. Did you get one? Coming next in the next video. So stay tuned. So bye for today. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I bring you more about India and what are my future plans. Okay, bye for now. Please subscribe for more. Bye. And by the way, I've not stopped bringing you technical videos. When I'm through with this series, I will go on as before. So my technical people, stay tuned. I want to come to you sooner or later. Bye.